Breonna Taylor, of course, was the young African-American medical worker who was shot and killed during a botched police raid at her apartment in March 2020. Her death ignited widespread demonstrations and passionate calls for justice. And today, on that front, we have news. In the past hour, a judge declared a mistrial after the jury deadlocked in the civil rights trial one of the officers charged in Breonna Taylor's death. The officer in question, Brett Hankison, was charged with using excessive force that violated the rights of Breonna Taylor, her boyfriend, and her next-door neighbors. Hankison fired 10 shots into Taylor's window and a glass door after officers came under fire during the flawed drug warrant search.
They just couldn't reach a conclusion on those two federal civil rights charges against Brett Hankison. Now, he is the officer, former Louisville police officer, who was involved in that, as you mentioned, March 2020 raid inside Breonna Taylor's apartment. Let's just remind viewers of the facts here and what happened then. This happened months before the murder of George Floyd, but this was part of that movement, that social justice movement and the calls for reform. According to Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, who was in the apartment at the time, they woke up during this overnight raid. They heard noise at the front door. When they went toward the door, that's when police busted in, and he used his legal weapon to fire one shot at an officer, striking one in the leg. That's when police returned fire, a hail of some 30 bullets. Now, Brett Hankison was one of the officers as part of that raid. While he didn't shoot Breonna Taylor, she was shot multiple times and died in that raid. Prosecutors say that he went above and beyond. He used reckless force when he fired through a window and a sliding glass door that were both covered with blinds and a curtain. He fired blindly, in their words. Brett Hankison, he testified in this case. He said that he felt that he had no choice. He essentially thought this was an ambush. On his officers, and a jury that was evenly split with men and women, 6 women, 6 men, 1 black man in that jury, deadlocked and couldn't agree on a verdict on either of the counts. He was being charged and he was accused of not just violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights, but also the civil rights of her boyfriend and a family in a neighboring apartment where some of his bullets ended up reaching. There was a young child in that family.
Now, one thing about a mistrial, the mistrial doesn't mean you just go off scot-free, right? Am I wrong about that?
Okay, a mistrial, of course, we know when a jury is unable to reach a verdict and there must be a new trial with a new jury, or there's a serious procedural error or misconduct that will result in an unfair trial, and the judge adjourns the case without a decision on the merits and awards a new trial.
So in this case, it wasn't a procedural thing like they said, because they said it's only one or two things. Either the jury deadlocks and the judge just says, we're adjourned here, or they came to a deadlock on it, or the procedure. So in this, it sounds like we're dealing with deadlock, like they was half and half. I guess, is that what that means? When they come to a deadlock, if there's 12 people, that means 6 said yes and 6 said no.
Right.
Why they don't make it 13 people then? Like, I don't understand that. How the fuck can we have a deadlock? Like, make an odd number so we can't have a deadlock.
I feel you.
Or maybe the pressure for that one person. Say if it's a deadlock and there's one person left, then that'll be like too much pressure on one person.
Throw some fucking yeses and nos, or guilties or not guilties, in a goddamn hat. That's what you do, so the pressure on nobody. Shit.
Put these names in a hat, damn it, and let's shake the hat around and see what it's gonna be. One time, let me pop my shit, man. Big talk,